Hey everyone, Kevin Muldoon here. What I'm going to do in this video is show you a really cool WordPress plugin called WP File Download. It is a file manager, and what it's going to allow you to do is upload files to your WordPress website, PDF documents, images, zip files, that kind of thing. And you can then offer it to visitors or to customers or to private members of your membership course, anything like that. I've used a lot of file managers in the past, and I still do, to host files for, like I offer, occasionally I'll do an offer on my blog, and I'll offer graphical resources, books, ebooks, PDF documents, and these things are very, very useful. And I'll say right away, without a doubt, this is one of the best ones I've tried. It's really versatile solution. It's got a huge amount of options, and it's quite cool. It's got a lot of cool features in it. I'm just going to scroll down quickly, scroll past all this, because I'm going to be showing you this in a second. In the plugin list here, it talks about some of the main features. It's got a drag and drop interface, uses Ajax for navigation, so everything loads instantly without having to load up the page. It's got theme customization, it's SEO optimized. It works with all the different WordPress drag and drop page builders. Support for multiple languages, you can import files, and use a role editor and more. So before we do anything else, let's get pricing out the way. This is not a free plugin, which is not necessarily a bad thing because it's quite cheap. The plugin can be purchased from Joom United for only $29, and that will give you 6 months of support and 6 months of updates. You can extend that to a year for another $10, so $39 isn't too bad. But you can actually get an additional 3 add-ons that extend the functionality of the plugin for $59. So $59 will get you the WP File Download plugin, 1 year of support and updates, and the add-ons. Now the add-ons that I'm referring to, I will talk about them at the end, but they are integration for Google Drive, for Dropbox, and a social locker one. The social locker will allow you to protect your page until someone shares the page and things like that. So let's jump over and look at the plugin. I've got this plugin installed in my test area. You can see the menu at the left hand side here. Now the main page, the WP File Download page, is where all the images are managed and handled. This interface is kind of divided into 3 columns. You've got categories on the left hand side, you've got your files in the middle, and you've got parameters on the right hand side. Now we're starting off with categories. You can add a new category very easily. As a new category, fave category. Let me see. Now the cool thing is, when you get a category, you can move them around any way you want. You can make categories subcategories. So, for example, I can make this one a subcategory of WordPress, which is in itself a subcategory of Kevin's images. You can see I've got one file here, I believe. No, I don't. There we go. Now the good thing is when you actually click on a file, you can change the order. If you prefer, put it into a different category altogether. For some reason that's not coming up the subcategory there. I'll put it in WordPress first. So it's in the WordPress one. I'm not sure why it's not loading up the fave category. I've not encountered that problem yet. This always happens. You test a plugin inside out, and as soon as you start recording the video, you notice a little problem. For whatever reason, the image there wasn't going down to that bottom category. I'm not sure if there's a problem. See, I'll put this in a subcategory. No, it's going in there. Images are in there now. For whatever reason, it's not going down to that bottom category. That's quite bizarre. So I'll put them all back up to the top category. I'll move these images back up. Now, all these images, you can see there's information here. Little icons here. You can search through your images, through your files, sorry, because everything isn't going to be an image. This will close the parameters screen. The 3 little lines, this brings up what columns you want to see, what fields. By default, you're going to see, I think, is it those ones? So you're going to see file type, title, file size, date added, hits and actions, but you can also add date modified and version. That's quite cool. I like that it handles the different versions of files. You can add files remotely from a URL, change the name of the file, and I mean, look how many file types are available. There's lots of video files, image file types, zip file types, like 7Z, or you can upload directly from your computer. There's a random picture of me. I don't know why I'm there, but now it's uploaded. And you can see I've had 0 hits with that. Now, the parameters option, like when you're not selecting an image, parameters will change the default settings of that category. So you can see there's a category shortcode down the bottom, and I can, I've got a search box there as well. I can display the category here, and there's options to preview images. Lovely little dog there. You can download the images. You can see the date that it was added, the size of the file. You can see there's different icons for the file types. Now, it doesn't look that good here. The reason being that I've got everything squashed in this theme. It's a very, very narrow design, and it doesn't look good because of that, but that's more to do with my WordPress theme. Underneath, you've got a search box there, and you can see that's, you know, you just put in this shortcode, and that will display this advanced search form. I'll show you the options for that later. But just to touch upon the design, I'll show you some of the demos. It comes with 4 different designs, and you can see how, you know, if you let the content expand the full area of the page, it looks a lot nicer. That was essentially a narrow, really thin blogging theme, so everything was squashed in. And you can see, I mean, look how professional this is. It looks really, really good. And I think if you were offering files, documents, zip files, images to customers, this is something that would look very, very good. Let's see, okay. So there's 4 different designs you can use. It's good, and you know, they don't charge you any extra. It's not available as an add-on. These things are just provided with all versions of the plugin. There's a table theme, and the last one is the GDD theme demo. So you can choose, you know, you can display your files in any way you want. And there's options to create your own theme as well. There's documentation that shows you how to do it. There's an option in the configuration area as well. When you click on an image or a file, sorry, I keep using the word image, sorry. When you click on any file, and I'm using images here for an example, but you can upload any image, any file, any file. You can see the file types down here. They're all images. That's why I keep saying image. When you click on a file, there's options to cut, copy, paste, delete files, and you can uncheck it. So, for example, copy. So I've copied that, and you can see it's one. In fact, I'll copy this one. In fact, I'll copy, if I can select both, no. And then I'll paste. Copy. I don't, it doesn't seem to paste in the same one, right? I'll go into a different folder. Paste. There we go. Doesn't seem to allow you to paste the same file in the same. I guess that makes sense. I suppose you wouldn't need to copy and paste the same file in the same directory. When there's no, as I said, when there's no image selected, no file selected. I keep doing that. When there's no file selected, you can change lots of settings for the category. You know, so that page that was showing you there, you can change how that is designed. You can change what information is displayed. But when you click on a file, you can change different options for the file, change where it's published, change the name, change the description, when it was published. Now, the cool thing is that you can actually upload a new version, and then you can define the version type. You know, you can say it's version 1.01, 1.4, anything like that. You can set tags, and there is information, there's a shortcode, sorry, that you can just copy and paste. So if I was to copy and paste this in here, you can see there's a direct download, there's a preview and download for that particular file. So you don't have to display your whole category. You can display things on a file by file basis. You can use a custom icon for it as well if you prefer. Lots and lots of options. It's really, really easy to use. And you can see here that you can copy and paste these shortcodes, but there's also a WP file download button that is added to the visual editor. All you do is you click on that and you can insert the whole category, or you can insert a file. So it's quite cool. Insert the whole category. So it goes like that. Now, just be warned that you do need to make sure that the visual editor is open, because if you open the file download and you try to insert the category, nothing happens. You really do. This is how shortcodes work. They never really play nice with the text editor. You really need to keep it the visual editor highlighted, selected here at the side. So if you have disabled the WordPress visual editor through your WordPress profile, you just need to enable it if you want to use this button and insert categories and files in this manner. But if you can keep it disabled if you want and just copy and paste shortcodes, that's another option. So let's go to the download statistics. Now this is showing me all downloads. I can filter the information with dates. I can also change it by categories, and it will show you different categories, all the files that are being listed in the categories. And you can filter by particular categories, and you can also look at stats for files, and there's none so far because I've just been playing around with this. There's tags as well if you want to set them up, and there's email notifications. Now you can set up, in fact I'm going to jump ahead for a moment. I'll look at user roles. Now for any user group that you've got on your WordPress website, these are just the 5 default ones, but you can set up custom ones using plugins, membership plugins, user role editor, etc. You can change what each person can do. So you can see a subscriber here has no control over them. Perhaps with an editor, I'd allow them to create, edit their categories, but I don't want them to access the file management page. You've got full control over what they can do. So it's really whether someone can add a category, delete a category, access the file management page. Jumping back to the email notifications, you can be notified by email whenever a file has been added, whether it has been edited, deleted, or downloaded. So you can notify the category owner. If someone has created a category, they can be emailed. The file owner, whoever uploaded the file, the admins, and you can change the email using the WordPress visual editor. It's very, very easy to do. I mean, I think a lot of people would be quite happy with the default text here, but you can change it up, and you can set up the mail option there, SMTP, etc. Jumping ahead to the main configuration area. This is where you can change a lot of different things. The main settings area, you can change what file extensions are allowed. Now, if you're just using this for yourself, I'll just leave the default extensions. But if you are allowing other user groups, for example, subscribers or authors, to upload files, then you might want to restrict which files are allowed so that you don't have to worry so much about viruses and things like that. For example, if people are only uploading images, you don't want to be allowing these other file types. Maybe just stick to JPEG and zip and GIF. You can change the SEO URL, the page that the files are uploaded, and the default upload size. There's lots of other options here you can switch on and off, whether PDFs are open in browsers, remote files. I believe that was set to no, and then I enabled it. Google Analytics tracking for downloads, lots of options there. Now, the one thing I did notice, you can delete all files on, uninstall. So if you deactivate the plugin, nothing happens. But if this is selected as yes, and you delete the plugin from your website, then it will delete all the uploaded files. Now, that is a good feature, but for me, it doesn't go far enough. I think I've got a really kind of a big problem with the fact that most WordPress plugins add a lot of data to your WordPress database and then they don't remove it, because over time, over years, and there are people like me that have been, have got WordPress websites that are over 10 years old. Over time, a lot of table rows get added to a database. On an individual basis, this isn't a problem. On a collective basis, over time, with lots of plugins being activated, you can end up with a lot of crap being added. Now, this plugin only adds one table for the statistics. So that's easy enough to remove using a plugin, this plugin garbage collector, or you can just use phpMyAdmin. But there's a lot of other rows and other data that's added to the options tables, the post tables, all these other tables, and they're not removed when you remove this plugin. So I'd love to see an uninstallation tool in the future, something that just removed all the data that this plugin adds as soon as you delete it. Because as it stands just now, if you delete this plugin, I did this myself as a test, I deleted the plugin, I re-uploaded it, and although the files were deleted, all the file categories were there, all the settings, etc. were still there, everything is still there. The only thing that's being deleted is the files. I don't think this is a big negative against this plugin because, quite frankly, it's normal for plugins not to offer that. But I'd like to see more plugins adding that, so hopefully this is something they'll add in the future. In the search engine page, this relates to the forum that I added to the page. You can change what is added, whether categories are shown, tags, the search box or checkbox, and there's an upload form shortcode as well. There is customization for every single theme that's provided. Change the margins, colors. It's the same as the parameters box in the main one. You can change, the titles, what's shown, download links, and you've got full control over what is displayed on your download page, on your download file, icons, etc. You can choose what's displayed and what's not displayed, and you can do that for every single theme. You can also do it for files, change the colors for background colors, hover colors, font colors, and you can create your own theme and just base it off one of the provided. And there's translation options at the end. So that's pretty much how the plugin works. It's fairly simple, and you can see here, I've covered most of these features already. Create your own theme, that's what I was just talking about there. Copy, cut, paste, side easy navigation, limit file access. I've covered all that. The one thing I've not covered yet is the add-ons, and the add-ons work. They look pretty good. I did install them, but the only options were really about integration. And once you have synchronized this, we'll see the settings area down here. Once you've synchronized Google Drive, there'll be an option for in the configuration area. Once you've configured this with your Google Drive, entered your client ID and secret, etc., you can sync files from your Google Drive so that whenever new files are added to your Google Drive folder, they will be added to the folder, the corresponding folder in your WP file download page. And you can see an example here. Really, really cool feature. And the same thing is available with the Dropbox add-on. So that's very, very cool. I think, it's not for everyone but for those that use it, I think that's a fantastic option. Because what it allows you to do, for example, say you want to offer Word documents to your customers or to your members or to your staff, you can just upload, designate a folder in your Dropbox, your Google Drive, and then whenever you upload a file, that WordPress document, to that folder, it will automatically be available through the website. And there's lots of other things you could do with this, with images and with files. I just think it's a really, really cool feature, and I think it does justify the extra $20. Social Locker is something that I've used on my website as well. And what it allows you to do is lock your content, and then people can only unlock those files when they've either tweeted, followed you on Twitter, liked your page on Facebook, or shared it on Facebook. And I think most of the time when you're offering a file, be it images or zip files or PDF documents or ebooks, most people are more than happy to share on Facebook or Twitter. It'd be good to see support for maybe some other social media services, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google+, etc. But Twitter and Facebook are probably the top two social media platforms. The only problem with that kind of thing, obviously, is that anyone who doesn't use Facebook or Twitter, are a little bit stuck. It's a really cool feature, and I think most people are happy to do a share or a like, or a follow in exchange for getting the file that you're offering. So you can give them something, and you can grow your social media presence. So overall, I think this is a really good plugin. Really, really good plugin. I was really impressed with it. It's very, very fast to use, very simple to use, and it looks great. It looks great. I can see a lot of people choosing this option solely on the design in itself because it looks so professional. But at the back end where you manage files, there's a lot of fantastic options. You've got full control over how things are managed. It's very easy to upload files. You can upload files directly through the upload box. You can do it remotely. You can sync it through Google Drive and Dropbox. There's a lot of great options and there's a lot to like here. So check this out. I'll provide a link down in the description area. This video is also a companion to a written review that I've performed. So this video will be there and I'll link to that on YouTube. And again, just to remind you of the price, it is $29 for this plugin for 6 months of support and updates. 1 year is an extra $10 at $39. And if you want to go for the add-ons, it's $59 and you get 1 year of support and updates with that. They do have a lot of WordPress plugins and you can get them all for $149 for a year. So that's quite good. You get all these plugins here, WP Media Folder, Latest Post, Table Manager, all of those plugins for the price of $149. So once again, this has been a WP File Download. It's a WordPress file manager from doomunited.com. And I hope you've enjoyed this video review. If you've got any questions, please do post them below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.